Bonjour, I'm Preksha and I'm bringing this entire series for class 10 students who are aiming for the CBSE French exam. Now, in this second video of ours, we are tackling the grammar portion of the Leçon de Après le bac. In this particular lesson, we are focusing on the tense that is le futur antérieur. Okay, so if I draw a timeline, yeah. So if I draw a timeline and here is the present tense, future proche is something that happens very close to the present, like within few minutes or few hours. That is our future proche. Future sample is something that is happening way in the future. So that is future sample. And the action which leads to the action of future sample is known as future antérieur. So, in simple words, it is a tense that is used to describe an action that will have been completed before a reference point in the future. It is normally used to describe the action that will happen by a specific point in the future. Now, let's see how is the formation, and then we will come to this particular exercise in the NCERT, that is the Entre Jeunes part 2. So, if I go for the formation, so the formation is very simple. It is very much similar to how we had it in passé composé. The only difference is here the auxiliary verbs which were être and avoir are formed in future simple. So we have our subject, then we put our auxiliary verb. This auxiliary verb is in future simple. They can be être or avoir, which we decide based on our main verb, just like passé composé. Okay, and then we put the past participle form of the main verb. And then finally, we put the object. Object means the rest of the statement. So this is the entire formation. Now let's see a few examples here. If I'm taking the verb faire, faire means to do or to make. Now, since this is not the part of Dr. Mrs. Van der Tramp and it is not a pronominal verb, it comes with avoir. And how will we conjugate it? We are going to conjugate it by j'aurais pay. This is the future sample and this is the past participle of the main verb. Now, if I take another example, and maybe this time let's take part B, which is the part of wander tramp, that means to leave. This time our auxiliary verb would be être. So let's write it. Maybe let's take tu for instance. Tu seras parti. Okay. But CBSE will not, in your final board exams, the CBSE is not going to ask as this as an individual question. You're going to get the mixed tenses. So how will you actually identify when to put future antérieur and when not to put? So as we said, that this is a grouped action. It will lead to another action in our future sample. So in your sentence, whenever there is a question for future antérieur, you will always get two actions. One will be of future antérieur and another of the future sample. Okay, so how to find in mixed tenses. Of course, after reading the statement first, you have to make up your mind. Either it is in past or future. And once you're clear about the future, then we are supposed to narrow it down. In this narrow down process, we will see that if there are two blanks, pardon me over there, not two blanks, but two actions, one leading to another, then we are going to use anterior and the sample. These are the pairs that go along. So if there are two actions, okay, let me give an example for this. So for example, let me write it over here. Quand nous aurons acheté So when we will have bought la voiture, the car, when we will have bought the car, nous nous partirons, we will leave pour les vacances. So over here we have two actions. First is buying the car and another is leaving for the vacation. So until and unless you get the car, you won't be able to leave for the vacation. So that is why this is your first action and this is the second action. First one, which happens, which is happening first on the timeline is future anterior, and the action that it leads is future sampler. This is one of the classic examples. So if you get it in your CBSE boards, if you take out any PYQ, you would notice that usually they keep one as a blank and they hide another in this pair, so it is easy to spot. Some other markers to find it are, for example, we have quand, that means when. So these are a few keywords which are often used together. So it's like a certain conjunction that we use for future antérieur. Okay, so future antérieur is used immediately after these special words like quand, lorsque. Both of them means when. Another one is dès que, aussitôt que, and they mean as soon as. So that was it for the rules, right? Now let's solve the question for this. I hope it's really easy. If there are any doubts, you can write it in the comment section. You can also join the Telegram link that is in the description, and from there you can find out some details about the workshops that I hold. And on daily Sunday, I host some or the other doubt classes, or I take up one topic to explain in detail. So you can get the details about all of that in the Telegram channel itself. Thank you so much. Yeah. So now let's solve the question. So first one, as you can see, all these words are given to us, right? So it's telling us that the first immediate after this word, the first blank will take future anterior, and the second one will be future sampler. But let's not go so blindly. Let's try to first figure out if it's really the first action that's happening. Okay. So quand je fais mon travail, je aller au cinéma. So when I will have done my work, I will go to the cinema. So first one will be future anterior. So let's try the answer for the first one. I'm writing it over here for better clarity. Aurait fait. Second one, lorsque, when je choisis un livre, when I choose a book, when I will have to choose a book, I will leave, I will go out. Sortir means go out. So, first one will be future antérieur as usual. So, aurait choisi. Okay, I forgot to write the second blank. This is supposed to be future sample, of course. So, this one would be irait and sortirait. Next one. Aussitôt qu'il, as soon as he se lève, he gets up, il allume, he switches on the light. Okay, so let's see that. This is the pronominal. It takes être, of course. So it will be se sera in future simple, lever. This is the future antérieur part. Third one. And the future sample would be allume, and we put the ending of a. That is the third one. Coming to the fourth one. When we will have finished our studies, nous terminer nos études, nous avoir, we will have notre brevet. So brevet is an exam. Okay, so let's see. So when we have done with the exam, we'll have our certificate. So brevet, you can say an exam and it's name of the certificate as well. Okay, so we'll write nous aurons terminé. And the second blank is going to take avoir. It's of course in the avoir itself. So it will be nothing but auront. And the final fifth one. We have J. Kill as soon as elle, lire un livre, she reads a book, elle fait une promenade, she goes for a walk. This is an expression of faire une promenade. The first one is the first action that will take future antérieur. So it will be aura lu. And second is future simple because this is the final action that is happening after she reads the book. So it will be for. So I hope now the concept is clear. And that's it for today. We'll see you soon. Au revoir.